Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tacky Tablecloths.
Hi. That's
Hi.
it. That's the intro.
That's the new intro.
That's the new intro. Okay.
I like it.
How are you
hi.
guys doing this week?
I'm Bryn. This is Justin, and that's
Alejandro.
I couldn't think of something off the top of my head.
Couldn't think of a
Yeah,
good
I always
one.
have to have the stupid name, so...
Of course you do.
Let's go with
Alejandro.
Campbell's Condensed Home-Style Soup.
I forgot my mug in the kitchen.
Universal.
Forgot your mug in the kitchen. Do you want to go get it?
MXL
I'm gonna go
Patron.
get my mug because I'm gonna be thirsty here in a few
All right.
minutes. So
All right.
ask
Let's-
everyone about their week.
Let's awkwardly slurp till he gets back.
All right,
Right into the
so
mic.
this week, in the news, Justin, we saw a movie this week, didn't we? Bryn didn't see the movie.
I
but
did.
We saw a movie.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing Bryn there.
Yeah,
I
Bryn
was-
wasn't there.
Nobody ever notices me.
We were there. Alex was there.
It sounded almost like Chewy.
The president was there. But I didn't
Yeah,
see
that's my
Bryn.
Chewy.
I didn't see Bryn in the theater.
Fuck you. I got my tickets
What
done.
movie did we see,
somewhere.
Justin?
We saw the Han movie. The hand of Solo.
The ham sandwich movie.
Ham Sandwich, a Star Wars story.
Sandwich,
And-
a Solo story.
I have to say, going into it, I was like, fuck this movie. This movie doesn't need to exist and still doesn't need to exist. But I was not quite so negative on it afterwards, considering everyone on the internet seems to be talking about what a shit pile this movie is. And
Well, not everyone, but it's
a
it's,
good amount.
Yeah, there's people in the Reddit bubble or whatever Facebook groups you're a part of that that loud minority gets to the top. I wouldn't say it's a minority. I don't really know how many people hate it and love it, but a lot of that negative feedback seems to sift to the top. Like, we don't need this, and it's
That's true,
and
we
I
don't
agree.
need this.
I agree. We don't, but the movie itself, just looking at it from a film analytics standpoint, it wasn't awful.
No, not at
It
all.
was it had a coherent story. The acting was surprisingly really good.
That's
What?
even relevant anymore?
No, not
No.
really.
What is it?
He pulled up the Rotten Tomatoes
Oh.
scores. Disney has their grubby little fingers in that shit
Yeah,
so much
I read
anyway
something
that I
about
don't really give a shit. But yeah, no, I mean, apart from a couple of minor complaints and that we'll get into here, I really didn't hate the movie.
Yeah.
I walked out, which is I'm gonna shit on episode 8 again, but walking out of episode 8, my reaction was, "What the fuck did I just watch?" And walking out of Solo, a Star Wars cash grab, I was like, "Wow, I actually enjoyed myself and didn't, want to fall asleep and hurt myself after the movie was over."
Yeah, that's the thing, and I almost feel not stupid for saying it, but it's it definitely wasn't a high art film or anything, but it was fucking enjoyable. It was a nice little heist
It
film,
was
and
avant-garde.
I am there. I literally don't think that Ron Howard is capable of being involved in anything avant-garde.
No,
He's
Mr. Corporate.
Ron Howard is like oatmeal. He's
Yes.
there.
He's oatmeal
He's-
with nothing else in it.
He's healthy.
So grits?
No, grits have much more flavor than oatmeal.
No, they don't.
Anyway, I love grits. I don't like oatmeal.
I'm sorry you have taste bud issues.
It's there. It's weird looking. It's a gross texture. It doesn't smell very good, but it's eatable and it's not awful.
and you get your nutrition. It's
And if you go out of your way to add other flavors into it, it lets them be there.
yeah.
Like the few Lord Miller scenes that were still left yet. I shouldn't have had my window open last night. I'm kind of
Yeah.
congested a little bit.
Yeah, it got a little chilly.
It did, actually. But back
But
on
anyway,
topic.
yes.
There were a couple of those scenes in the movie where Bryn and I just looked at, we're like, fucking Lord Miller. Like, that was Lord Miller. That was solid Lord Miller right there.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the Ron Howard scenes, and you're just like...
Who was Ron Howard in this movie?
Ron Howard was the main director who took over after Lord and Miller were forced out, and they'd filmed about 75% of the movie, according to estimates.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
then,
really?
Yes.
Yeah, they filmed most of the movie, and then Kathleen Kennedy decided she got to stick up her ass and was like, I've had enough of you! And then got rid of them and was like, okay, what kind of random director can we hire that we know will just do our bidding? Oh, Ron Howard's available. Yeah, so that's how that happened.
Because this is just what Lucasfilm is doing, is they hire these original, people with original ideas and thoughts, and then they force them out for oatmeal.
Yeah, and Ryan and JJ seem to be the only... Well, JJ was... He's respected enough to where they know that he'll do their bidding, and Ryan was just so happy to be there, it seemed, that whatever they suggested to them, he's like, yeah, that sounds great, I'll put it in the movie. And it didn't work that way, because it just came across as like a hodgepodge of all these different ideas building upon each other that went nowhere, and it was just a clusterfuck.
And to be fair to this movie, it actually felt smoother than that. Like, it didn't feel... Yeah.
There was a lot going on, and, once you watch it, 2, 3, however more times, you'll probably...
I don't know if I'm going to watch it that many more times.
I'll at least get it on the Blu-ray.
On the Blu-ray? Go down to the store and buy the Blu-ray, Justin.
Down to the nickel store to buy yourselves a DVD.
Do you like the Blu-rays?
Do you like the Blu-rays, Justin?
You guys lost me at Ron Howard.
Okay,
well,
I don't need another explanation.
What did you like Han Solo? Did you enjoy yourself?
Don't touch him. He doesn't
you,
like
you don't have to agree with...
It was a space movie.
It sure worked.
It sure worked.
For a space heist movie, it worked.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
There were some good parts. I don't know that I could tell you about any of the bad parts, but I'm sure that there were some bad parts.
Did you clap when you saw things that you knew?
Do I seem like the type of person that claps in a movie?
No, you're the kind of person that talks throughout the entire movie.
Unless it's a black comedy.
A black comedy?
Then I'm not clapping.
Okay, what do you do? Are we going back to the whole discussion of this?
This is Tyler Perry.
Okay,
No,
so
unless it's
a comedy featuring black actors. Okay,
there's a reason why in America we call them dark comedies now.
I have never heard it called a dark comedy.
I have heard it called it. As soon as they said dark comedy, I was like, oh, I know what you mean.
Like Fargo is considered a dark comedy.
Okay,
he's just uncultured swine.
Apparently, I am.
I don't think so.
Okay, so let's.
Oh talk. yeah. The one thing I needed to tell you guys about was that the element in the movie they're trying to steal is called the coaxium.
You bet, because we looked that up 5 minutes before we rolled here.
Why is that?
It's really important that you guys remember that coaxium is a relevant part of this movie, and that you can make stuff that looks like coaxium to try and trick people into thinking that you gave them coaxium, but it actually is coaxium. So just make sure that you never get duped whenever you get coaxium.
Cool. Thanks for that. Okay.
Yeah, there's been a rising epidemic of people buying Jell-O from the store and just causing it to look like coaxium,
converting it to coaxium.
Yeah. Don't be fooled, kids.
Okay, so we're gonna get into spoiler talks here.
I think we already did.
Not really.
That was a big spoiler.
What? That was a very big spoiler.
Well, if you haven't seen the movie, you probably have no idea what the hell he was talking. I did. I saw the movie. I don't know what the fuck he was on about. So
you know
okay, so just skip to like 30 minutes into this. If you don't want spoilers.
We'll put a timestamp on Justin's forehead.
So the movie opens up.
I'm putting things on my face.
The movie opens up with Ham Sandwich on his homeworld of Corellia, which we've never physically seen before in Star Wars.
It's a pretty poorly lit.
It looked like Detroit.
Well, no, just tonally.
Oh, it was the darkest. Like it looked like the fucking Batman movies.
Seriously,
the Nolan Batman movies.
The movie should not have been nearly as dark as it was in the first half. Really,
yeah.
A lot of the lighting was. Other than the war scene, which made sense to be lit in the way that it was,
yeah.
A lot of this movie was so, I don't want to say poorly lit, because it did seem intentional, but it was just...
Yeah,
this doesn't fit the tone of the film at
all. The stormtroopers looked gray. I noticed that. Whenever they're in the train station.
Yeah, they did, and I was
white.
like, "Are those? Is that like some weird other armor alternate, or is that because you know?"
Well, and then there's the whole scene with the fucking dildo monster, the sea creature.
Yeah, when everything's just blue.
The whole thing's. I'm pretty sure
the entire color palette is blue except for some random red lights in the background.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did that to hide the
labia.
Yes, the labia monster. To hide the fact that it was, like, part of it was CG. Well, I want to know how much of that was a physical prop, or, like, big old creature that they had come out of the water, and how much of it was, like, because I know the mouth moving on it was definitely CG. It could have been, I have no idea. But I think it was dark and blue like that to hide the fact that it was not a real alien.
And see, like,
aliens aren't real.
Even that specific scene, I would have been fine with being all blue.
Yeah.
If the other outside stuff had been a little bit brighter, so that there was a better contrast between the two.
Yeah, but it was just.
But
dark.
all I could focus on was, I'm like, this is so poorly lit. Is this intentional? Because this looks like shit. Like.
Yeah.
And then the nice little driving sequence, which like.
It was fine.
Yeah, oh my god! That drifting scene was so stupid. As a fan of Fast and the Furious movies, let me just tell you, this is some of the worst driving I've ever seen.
The worst driving ever of all time.
Of all time.
See, George Lucas probably loved that scene because he loves himself a car chase.
He does.
Wow, this is the best part of the movie.
I'm going to tip my car sideways.
You know, I do have to say, if old Georgie was going to be given the keys to any of these movies, I think he actually could have done a decent with the already established script. Sorry,
skipped.
Because he has a lot of love for that character, and a lot of the things that George excels at are things that would have fit perfectly within the Han movie.
Yeah, visually. I think someone with like a more of a creative visual sense could have given the movie a lot more flavor because of how milquetoast white bread Ron Howard's films are. They're just lacking of anything visually original.
Huh?
Boring the movie.
He did Apollo 11 or 13. 11. Apollo 11. I don't know. Whatever. The fucking Tom Hanks space movie with Kevin Bacon too. He did
the one that no one remembers.
He did the Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons. He did A Beautiful Mind, which is probably his best movie.
Did you like the Da Vinci Code?
The first one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in years, but it was okay.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah, it was
I always thought that it was going to be really bad.
Yeah,
movie.
I think he did did he do Inferno?
I know.
There was a third one. Finally.
There was, but I don't know if he made it.
I think he did because it was trash.
Well,
but yeah. So then Han, he gets off of his home world and he has to leave his girlfriend behind, and then
Amelia Clark,
Daenerys
Targaryen.
Yeah. How'd you guys feel about her and her character?
It was all right. I mean, it served a purpose.
Yeah, she served a purpose.
She wasn't distractingly bad, which I was seeing a lot of people complain that she was just awful, and I think that that's just because Amelia Clark still has a lot of hatred attached to her by a lot of people because of her character in Game of Thrones, and they're all, she's a Mary Sue and all that other bullshit.
Right.
And they like to project a lot onto her.
Yeah.
She wasn't exceptional, but she was not bad by any means.
No, there wasn't anything specific that, like, stood out where it's like, wow, she's terrible, but, like,
yeah,
she's just not a great actress. That's the problem. And, like, she works in a Game of Thrones type setting where she's only on screen for, a few minutes at a time, but, like, when she's in, like, almost an entire movie, it really shows that she doesn't have that, like, weight to carry, not taking a big shit on her or anything, but that's how I feel about.
She would have looked better if she was wearing the costume that Jabba the Hutt dressed that one slave girl in. Personally, I think it would have.
You mean Princess Leia?
Yeah, Princess Leia. A bikini would have suited the plot a lot better.
And how would a bikini have suited the plot?
It would have made her more visually interesting in the film. would have made the camera shots more intense.
Uh-huh.
It could have had some really
Please
nice
tell us more about how female
shooting
characters
out.
only have to show their titties for you to enjoy them as characters.
That has nothing to do with it.
Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-huh.
I didn't say I wanted to see tatas. I just said I wanted to see nanas.
Oh, Justin,
Just shut the fuck up. Okay, moving on. So then what happened? Okay, so they met Lando.
The costume sucked.
The costumes were fine.
She had a red stamp like right before you go into the club.
Yeah, because she was branded because she was owned by Mr.
looked like
Scarface.
she was out clubbing.
Conja Club, whatever the fuck it was. She was out clubbing.
Yeah, she's out in the Conja Club. So they made up with Lando.
Hand.
Okay, what'd you think of Donald Glover as Lando?
Personally, I thought it was great because it was like you kind of got that sense that it was just trying a little bit too hard to be Billy D.
Yes.
But he was also adding his own weirdness to it, and it felt genuine to me. Like
I know that he loves Star Wars enough and like just loves the I'm sure he loves the character of Lando and so psyched that he got to do it.
He's black, he has to love the only other black character in the original.
Yes, yeah.
You could be
I
Samuel
love
L.
Lando.
Jackson.
No, Mace Windu's a piece of shit.
I got a purple cyber.
I'm the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, I liked his portrayal. You could definitely tell that he was trying to do that voice.
He was.
Yeah, just
You do it.
Hold on, what was the line I was doing earlier?
Hey!
Or the giving a hand to that bounty hunter. Like that, like inflection that Billy D. Williams has to do with like every other word. Yeah, he's almost as bad as Christopher Walken. With not bad, but like where it's just a roller coaster of inflections through every sentence.
I want to see Star Wars again, but
I thought he did a really good job with that, doing that. But I'm also in the camp of like if you're doing an impression of someone, you don't necessarily have to look and sound spot on, which is why I like Alden's portrayal of Han. It's the feel of him was more than doing an impression of Harrison Ford.
Because his voice and everything was not on, but his actual...
Yeah, I felt like he was Han Solo, which why it was like okay with me. Like when him and Chewie were interacting, it was like, yeah, that's Han and Chewie.
Him and Chewie did do great together.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who played Chewbacca in the movie.
He is this Swedish dude who's like 7 feet tall. I forget what his... It's,
Swedish? It doesn't matter.
Hansmansorf.
It doesn't.
I don't know. Whatever. I forget his name.
Captain Meatballs.
Yes, Captain Meatballs.
Mr. IKEA.
I did not like the face. I did not like the mask for Chewbacca in this movie.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one they probably used for Force Awakens.
No, because in The Force Awakens, he looks so, like, dirty and, like, he looks weird. Like, a lot of his...
Oh, yeah, they give him a little more gray.
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah.
I love
He's 125 years old or something.
190.
Well, that's just as of...
190 years old?
And then he's... God knows how old by Force Awakens. They'd be, like, 240.
Yeah.
No, I really liked the way that he looked in The Force Awakens, especially when there's that shot where, spoiler alert, Ham Sandwich gets stabbed by his son, and then it, like, cuts to Chewbacca, and he's like... Wait
a second, Han Solo dies?
Yeah, at the end of this movie.
At the end of Han Solo, but then he comes back? Oh my god, they're gonna have to address that in the sequel!
Because, as Justin...
Maybe they're gonna put him in carbonite.
Justin, did you know that
an idea.
The main actors are signed on for an additional 2 films?
So we might see Kira in a bikini?
Sure.
You're telling me there's a hope?
Theoretically, it's possible, I guess, but I wouldn't really count on it.
I'm kidding.
But, yes.
Kidding. Submarine Sandwich is signed on for another movie.
Yes. As is Donald Glover.
Because they expressed interest in doing a Lando movie where...
And we talked about that.
Where Han will probably show up again, which...
Yes.
Do they ever, like, meet each other again? That's my thing, because in Empire Strikes Back, it seems like Han took off with his ship and then they never saw each other again.
It does, but at the same time, he at least somehow found out that Lando had moved on to...
Oh, that's true.
I mean, he could have.
Whatever. Nothing is consistent in Star Wars ever.
Did you guys
anyway.
know?
So just don't.
That's true.
Just don't think about it. Don't question it.
Do they mention it in any of the other movies that Han learned to fly from the Empire?
There was expanded universe stuff back before Disney that Han was a stormtrooper, basically, or he was like working for the Air Force or whatever, and which is what I think in the original trilogy he mentioned some shit about TIE fighters as if he like knows how they operate.
Yeah, there's something like
something like that.
Oh wait, no, never mind. That's Boyega in Force Awakens, where he talks about how they have to stay low to avoid the.
Well, that too. But
I was gonna say he knew that, but that was Boyega.
But what was I talking about? Yeah, and then their meeting, like Han and Chewie's meeting, is pretty much the same as the old expanded universe.
Which,
where
if it's not broke, why fuck with it?
Yeah, and I loved that. I loved that they kept it the same because to me that was like growing up. That was always my idea of how they met.
Did you guys know that was going to be Chewie whenever he got dropped in that pit?
Yeah, the second he got dropped in that pit, and they were like, "There's a monster down there" or something like that. I was like, "Oh, it's Chewie."
I had no idea. I thought it was going to be some similar monster.
Yeah, which it was probably really fun for you to be like, "Oh, it's Chewie, yay!" Or did you just not give a shit?
I'm not that much of a loser. I do not see people on screen and go,
Justin,
I know that guy!
In his defense, Justin did not clap.
He did not clap. I did get stupidly excited at some parts where I was like, yeah, that's a thing. Or what was the fucking...
I clapped at the end when the guy died.
Which there was some dumb thing where it was like, oh, that's how Han did a thing, or whatever, and I got dumbly excited.
You have no clan, your name is Solo.
Oh, Jesus, no, not that.
I literally groaned out loud. I knew that was coming because I'd already had that spoiled, and I still groaned at how bad
it was. When he asked him, he's like, name? I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to learn how Han Solo got his fucking name. I'm not with anyone. Oh, by yourself then. Han Solo.
He pretty much may as well have just like started stripping naked, just pulled his dick out, and just ejaculated all over the camera screen as he was saying it.
Bryn Solo.
Bryn Solo?
Yes.
That was one of the worst ones. But I just going back to the 3 movie deal thing.
Yeah.
We there's talks of the Lando. Mm-hmm. The Boba Fett was confirmed already. It's a safe assumption that they'll probably be in the Boba Fett film. Probably.
They're probably going to pull a Marvel for this, like, grouping of movies. No, I don't know what the hell they're doing, because they're like... Yeah, so there's, like, this grouping of movies, and then they might have, like, a whole nother area separate. The Rian Johnson trilogy.
And the main trilogy.
I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with that, but it's just the whole thing's a clusterfuck, and they don't seem to know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they don't know what they're doing.
That's the thing. They remind me a lot of DC, and it's weird considering that they're owned by Disney. You would think that Disney would be like, "Hey, let's have some people from Marvel come in and show you what the fuck you're doing wrong."
Yeah,
we talked about this the other day.
Yeah,
Marvel
exactly.
really has got their model figured out. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not just flying by the seat of their pants every movie.
It also just kind of fits thematically better for comic book movies to be coming out so like sporadically, not sporadically. The opposite of sporadically.
So people can like be like, oh, I want to see this one. I'll wait for this one to come to Netflix. But it's all a cohesive story. Star Wars has always been like an event.
It's supposed to be a big thing.
Like it's a huge deal when this shit's coming out, and now it's just like this is the next Star Wars in like 6 months, and it's just like. And now there's not going to be one for another year and a half, and it's
which
just
is
like
good.
No, that's totally fine with me.
There's been too many of them coming out. Yeah. Bryn always has to say to me, "Did you see the new Star Wars movie? What do you mean you didn't see it?" Like, dude, I just don't go see these things.
I mean, it's not like they come out that frequently.
Feels pretty frequent to me.
Okay, whatever. So, before the break, one last thing I wanted to talk about for Solo is the appearance of the super secret cameo character at the end. We're going to have a Darth Maul movie.
Well,
I don't know.
Did you guys like Darth Maul?
Huh?
Did you guys like Darth Maul?
Yeah, I like Darth Maul.
1?
Yeah. I mean, he was pretty much a non-character, and I wish they did more with him, but...
He's really horny.
I liked the potential of Darth Maul.
Yeah. If you've seen the Clone Wars and the Rebels show, he's expanded a little more in that. Which I like him way more because of the TV show. But yeah, from just the movies, he's a non-character.
The man who was literally too angry to die.
Yes.
Rate your favorite villain.
In general or in Star Wars?
In Star Wars, I'll give you 3. You got General Grievous, Darth Maul, or pick one, Bryn.
That's 2, man.
I said pick one. I need 3.
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
God.
Okay, you got 3.
Maul, because the other 2 are non-characters too.
I mean,
just like
Grievous also had development within the animated series, just like Maul had development within an animated series.
Yeah.
I like the potential of Grievous the most, because if he had been, written well, he could have been a truly compelling character.
Yeah.
But
he's the guy with like 6 arms, right?
Yes. Well, 4 arms?
Who? 4 arm?
Grievous, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got a 4 arm. But no, his actual story that, you don't get fucking any of in the movies, was actually pretty interesting. Maul would be a close second, and Dooku's just a piece of shit.
Dooku doesn't even have a lightsaber, does he? He's just lightning man?
Yes, he does.
Oh, he does?
He's got the weird curvy blade where it, like, comes back around, and...
Oh, I got one of those.
Cool.
Right, answer the man's question.
Yeah, I did.
He said Maul.
So did you guys care that
my favorite one
Maul was in Solo, or...
No, I thought it was cool that they had some leader. I mean, because whoever the other guy was that they were trying to get the coaxium to, who they owed a debt to, whoever the guy was that was Kira's boss.
Yeah. Scarman.
I think it made more sense that they brought somebody like Emperor Palpatine, or... I don't know any of the lore and whether or not this fits in the timeline, but that Darth Maul would be in that. That to be like just some like supervillain that everybody knows, like to be the one that's in charge of everything. Mm-hmm. I think it just connected everything.
Which is fine.
I thought again, and it fits thematically with the movie. It was unnecessary, but I'm not mad. Kind of like the whole existence of this movie. It was unnecessary.
What made it unnecessary?
I'm not mad.
I don't understand that.
We didn't.
Okay, we gotta take a break.
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about this a little more in the
all right
too. So,
eat your vegetables.
All right, time for some burning questions. If Han was a constable, what would his name be?
Shut the fuck up.
Constable.
Yeah.
Constable.
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
He did it.
Who's our sponsor today, Brad?
Jesus Christ Superstar.
No, I don't think that was it.
Oh, it was Bernie. It was Bodie McBoatface. I mean, Clawy McClawfuck. What was the name? What was his name? It was the sperm claw. You guys had a cool name for it earlier. Thermo Claw Man.
Cutting all of this out. Okay, we're actually coming back from part 2 now. 3,
No, we're
2,
not cutting this out.
1.
This is gold.
Welcome back, everybody.
No, we've been back, bitches.
No, I'm
We've
cutting
been
up.
back,
No,
bitches.
I'm cutting all that out.
I'll keep fucking this shit up, brah.
Please don't.
I'm going to cut that out.
I'll throw more gang signs.
Okay, so welcome back. We're gonna wrap up our discussion on Han Solo.
First,
final
question.
thoughts, Alex.
Like I said, it was alright. The Darth Maul was unnecessary, but I know that they want to hype him up for the Obi-Wan movie.
Right.
Which is
even though they already fought in the Rebels show and Darth Maul's dead there, so I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with that.
They'll probably just do that fight again, honestly, because like let's see that fight in live action.
It was only like a 5-second fight. Did you ever see it?
No.
It's badass,
I'm sure
but
it'll be a lot longer in the
it's
real movie.
no, it's like literally only 5 seconds. They like it's I don't know. It's pretty like old samurai western type showdown.
Uglies?
They bump sabers
Okay.
for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
but Obi-Wan is just a master of the Force, so he takes his ass down.
It was good.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Okay. What'd you think?
I'm protesting.
What are you protesting?
He doesn't like that I interrupted his dumb thing.
Justin,
This is my time to shine.
Okay.
give us your thoughts on the movie, Justin. It is your time to shine.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of potential to make really cheap action figures so that the movie series companies can make the monies that they didn't get for actually making this movie because it was somewhat boring.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about the box office numbers. This movie is bombing.
127 million.
127 million in 2 weeks. That is abysmal for a Star Wars movie.
The Lego Batman movie did better than that.
Which is kind of saddening just because, like, it really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a decent movie.
I think it's still competing with the Avengers because I know a few people...
Well, it is, and it's Disney's fault for releasing the movie 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or, within
a month.
Yeah. Within a month, and then right after Deadpool 2.
Then they moved it up,
Deadpool
too. That's
2
the
is
biggest thing
definitely...
that was stupid, is the fact that they moved it up to release it.
Why did they do that, though?
They wanted it to be a summer movie.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to, because they're doing all these spin-off movies now that they want to space them out so they can have multiple per year.
Is that a pun?
What?
Star Wars?
Yes.
Them out?
Yes. Okay.
You gonna cut that out, too?
Yeah. Final verdict, I thought it was fun. I'll probably get the DVD or whatever. But yeah, it wasn't perfect, and I still have all of my problems with Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy, and I think they need to get their shit together.
If you had a
Star
5-minute phone call with Kathleen Kennedy, what would you say?
Well, I don't want to spend 5 minutes talking about that.
No. Okay, fine, whatever. It just seems like you have a lot of things you need to say.
Yeah, if you've got a phone and you can call God, man.
I don't... I've got this phone. This guy gave me this phone, said I could talk to God, but I don't have anything to say. Would you like to talk to him? It's from The Doors. Justin's looking around like he doesn't know what the hell's going on. It's Andy Warhol.
What if they gave you a phone and they said you could talk to God, but you open it up and there's no context? You're like, how am I supposed to call God with this phone?
Yeah, you gotta use your imagination, man.
I bet you the number is 8675309.
You remind me of a woodland creature right now.
Why?
You're just kind of in that defensive pose and just...
I'm not being defensive.
looking around. Like you think
Moving on!
Like a hawk's gonna swoop in out of nowhere and start eating you.
Moving on. So, we came home earlier this week and there was a letter on our front door from the apartment complex. And it was the funniest goddamn thing we've ever read. Now, a little context. We've gotten a lot of letters from the apartment complex that... Not that we did anything wrong. It's just... We got some new management, a year and a half ago or something. Yes. They got bought out by another real estate company or whatever the hell.
The worst.
They are absolutely terrible. They got rid of, the online payment portal, and so we have to,
write a real check.
Yeah, and put that in, which is,
Put it in a real mailbox.
Yeah, fucking really? Who the hell does that anymore? They're so incompetent. Oh my god. Yeah, so anyway.
Oh, remember how they would, for a while, they just said that they didn't know how to cash money orders? They would send us a threatening letter each month saying that we didn't pay rent.
And then
I'd have to go down there.
Yeah, and then once you went down in there, they were like, oh, we got it. We just didn't really know what to do. Really? How's that our fault, though? We don't owe you money. You put the money in your account.
Especially considering you told us to use fucking money orders.
Yeah, exactly, because they were having problems with, real checks.
Yes.
Yeah. It's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they specified not to use real checks, and then they didn't know how to cash money.
These people are so fucking incompetent. It's ridiculous. So anyway, we got this letter... And about we have a pool that we've never even been to because...
Only one of our former roommates had been there, and he just didn't even go in the actual pool. He just
he just wanted to look around at it.
He's worried about.
But go ahead and read the pool letter verbatim. And,
You have to pronounce all of the spelling errors.
Oh, don't worry. I will.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
May 29th, 2018! To all residents, last week we sent a letter out with the information for pool passes as well as the pool rules. Unfortunately, none of the rules were followed, nor did most residents receive their pool passes. The pool is for the residents' pleasure, but if rules can't be followed, we will not keep the pool open any further. We have had to ban several people
for
not following rules.
I am listing the rules below again. There will no exceptions when breaking these rules. It doesn't matter who you are. We will ban you from the pool. Number 1. No kids left unattended under the age of 16 at all. We will call children services.
Children. Yes.
Number 2. No illegal drugs.
Boo!
Number 3. No pets.
Illegal drugs in the pool for the win.
Number 4. No more than 2 guests, leaseholders, and occupants. Number 5.
No urinating in the pool.
No glass. Actually, urinating in the pool wasn't listed on here.
Yeah, well, you can pee in the pool if you want.
Please keep in mind we have staff that live on site who will be monitoring the pool as well as the camera. And that's the signature. And you are going to put a picture of that up next to it so people can see it?
Yeah, here, let me see that real quick. Yeah, just the fucking audacity of this shit. Like, okay, so let's break this shit down real quick, because I really want to talk about this. First of all, they say, none of the rules were followed, nor did most residents receive their pool passes. How the fuck is that any of the residents' fault if the pool passes weren't received? We didn't get any pool passes. I didn't even know there were supposed to be pool passes to begin with. Like, how the fuck is that our fault? And then what really stands out to me, this whole thing, is that not once but twice she says banned. Like,
banned.
Yeah, we have had to ban several people, and then we will ban. We will ban. So either she thinks that
just a warning.
The word ban either is spelled banned or misspelled it twice in a row, or that she thinks it's banned like BANNED, like the future tense, but then tenses just don't exist to this woman, and you can just use them all interchangeably. I don't know what the hell, but it just like how do you fuck that up? How do you make and the whole thing is like written in like the first person, which when you're writing like a professional letter like this, you're not supposed to use the first person.
And half of the letter is in all caps, too.
Yeah, it's like in all caps. It's not even formatted properly. It just seems like she's like really pissed off and just wrote this in 5 minutes, didn't read over it, and then just
shit it out.
Just shit it out, printed 50 copies, and sent them out there.
It's like a Reddit comment.
It is.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're being a grammar Nazi.
Pretty much. It's like, did your like upper management didn't even look at this and
this isn't upper management. We're talking about
this is this dumbass that works in the office that every time we've gone in there with a problem.
We're talking about North Columbus.
I didn't know. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Brent, maybe you should apply for a job being an editor.
Shit, I guess I should. Moving on.
Oh, why is this my responsibility?
Because it's your responsibility now.
Note to self. Don't bring up grammar in front of Burn.
Burn.
I get pissed.
Well, it's also one thing if, like, you're just a person in conversation. It's another when you're writing a threatening letter to all of your
to your
constituents.
Constituents. All right, so
that's a completely different thing.
Yeah. Moving on to the news topics of this week.
Hot topics
of the week. Roseanne was canceled.
Hot topics.
Roseanne was canceled.
That's true.
Roxanne.
There's not too many people
Roseanne.
that are upset about that.
No, there's a ton of people that were like so excited that it came back and the ratings were great.
I was surprised to find that out. Are
they going to finish the series, or are they just going to?
It's done. They said they're not going to do some sort of Franken show. They're not going to do any more episodes. The show is off the air.
They should have John Goodman just play both roles.
I saw someone say that Danny
Tyler
DeVito
Perry?
should just play Roseanne and then just act like nothing wrong.
That would be the perfect
that would
world.
be great.
Why is that everyone's go-to when it comes to subbing someone in is Danny DeVito?
Yeah, like
hey, Detective Pikachu, why not Danny DeVito? Danny DeVito's like, what the hell is a Pikachu?
What's a Pokemon?
We need a penguin.
Yeah. So
Actually, Nick Frost wants to play the Penguin.
Who's Nick Frost? Is that the guy, the black guy in Marvel movie?
No.
Nick Fury?
No, he's the fat guy from
Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead. Did you see that though, Bryn? He wants to play the Penguin in a DC movie.
That'd be cool.
That actually would be. Not to interrupt you.
So Roseanne was canceled because she made a racist tweet
on Ambien.
Who doesn't make
on
a
Ambien.
racist tweet every once in a while?
I've never made a racist tweet.
I don't even have Twitter, and I've made a racist tweet.
Okay.
Bryn just... Never mind.
Yeah, so... Ambien...
It's just a little slip
and
of the
shit.
At David Spade, are you dead?
Alright, this topic's going nowhere, so I'm just...
No, let's go back to it. It's... Yeah, I mean, I can't really... think that there's a lot of logical people who would really be too mad about this. I mean, I know you said people are upset that the show's canceled.
Yeah.
Like, from that perspective, I get it, but I can't really see too many people being, like, mad.
Upset that wait, what was it on ABC? That ABC just pulled the plug like that. I'm like, why would you do that? She was a joke. Or there are people I did see that are...
But especially considering most of the cast and production was like already planning to walk out on the show, like Wanda Sykes is apparently one of the...
Oh, she was the first person to just be like,
I'm Wanda Sykes.
Why?
I hate her.
Why?
I hate her. I don't have to have a reason.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I think she's funny.
No, she's too loud and annoying and just curly hair. Just fucking nut me up in all sorts of ways.
Oh, God damn, dude. I didn't know you felt this passionately about Wanda Sykes.
I hate her. I don't like her at all. I would turn off the movie if I was watching it and she came on. I'd be like, oh, fuck this.
Would you like me to get you a bottle of ketchup that you can sing all of your sadness into?
Is ketchup a smoothie?
Is ketchup a smoothie, Fred?
I mean, you gotta put multiple condiments into it to make it into a smoothie, I think.
Well, it's fruit and it's blended. Is it a smoothie?
Anyway, yeah, Roseanne.
Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. Let's just move on.
Well, I thought we were already done.
Well,
there's not really much else to add.
Never mind.
After that.
Never mind. Yeah. It's going off the rails here. Next news topic. I'm getting hungry. That's my problem.
That's not a news topic.
It's not a news topic.
Let me give you an actual news topic unrelated to that. Did you see that Andrew Lincoln is finally going to be exiting The Walking Dead?
I did see that, and it's about goddamn time to end the show.
I mean, they theoretically don't plan to end it.
It's about goddamn time they end the show, because you know it's going to go on for like half a season. They'll be like, oh my god, why is even more people watching this movie or show?
There's still people watching it. That's
I don't know why.
Season 2 is the best.
It's just like The Simpsons. There's still people watching it. We're not really sure why, but they're there. They're there and they're watching it.
Yeah, Matt Groening needs to just tweet out something racist so they'll just end The Simpsons right now.
No, please don't, because then he won't get to make Disenchanted.
Isn't that
that's
Fox?
true.
Yeah.
What?
I thought
The Simpsons?
Yeah, Fox wouldn't give a shit, actually.
That's
I was
true.
thinking the Fox wouldn't give a shit.
They just renewed The Simpsons for another 10 seasons. Besides, Matt Groening hasn't had any involvement in that show in fucking 10 years.
Wait, did The Simpsons predict Roseanne would come back and then be canceled?
Probably not.
I thought that they predicted everything.
I mean...
I thought Matt Groening was a time traveler.
There's been a few odd coincidences, but also when
you have... Trump on the elevator?
Also, when you have, like, 600 episodes, that just kind of tends to happen eventually.
Escalator.
Yeah. So there was another thing Justin brought to my attention about I think you know a little more about this, some pastor that like has 4 private jets.
Well,
what was all that about?
Okay, let's start off by saying that there's a pastor of church in Louisiana who has 3 private jets. He has a dream. Jesus comes to him in a dream and he says, I need you to ask your constituents for another jet. And then he names the name of the jet, Falcon 7X, by name, in the dream. And So it turns out this jet's a $54 million jet.
Good lord.
He already has...
Jesus needs a jet!
He already has 3 jets. So here's the burning questions here. So...
Oh man, you
So
came
first-
prepared. Hell yeah.
Oh shit! Index.
So first, he believes that Jesus straight up told him to buy a new jet.
Uh-huh.
He believes that Jesus in this day and time would not be riding a donkey or riding in commercial jets. And he cannot ride in a commercial jet because, quote, I would be in a long tube with a bunch of demons.
That's no way to talk to fucking people.
No.
No, because that basically means that anybody who he might want to join his church or anybody who he wants to, quote unquote, save, he's calling them a bunch of demons already. And that's not...
Yeah, I'm not religious, but I was at one point Christian. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Jesus mingled among the common folk.
Oh, he absolutely did.
He saw the good in people and wanted to help them. Not be like, yeah, I'm going to stay as far away from these demon people as possible. Please give me your money.
He sought out the lepers. He sought out the outcasts. He sought out the tax collectors. All these people who were bad in this society. And he just wanted to hang out with them. He didn't want to hang out with the Pontius Pilate and the Pharisees.
I just kind of thought about how odd it is, in retrospect, that the tax collectors are included in that other group of people.
Yeah.
Fucking scumbag taxmen.
The lepers, the fucking people dying. Oh, yeah, and then those fucking assholes.
Basically, the government would tell these people to
Fuck the government.
Collect their
Was
taxes,
Jesus a
but then they
libertarian?
would also take money on top of it.
Jesus
was a libertarian.
Trap Supreme Road.
Okay, but the reason the tax collectors were dirty people is because they would go to collect the debt from the people, but when they did that, they also took all of their shit.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, oh, you guys owe $5, but I will also take your house. So they were just really sleazy people who ended up becoming very wealthy and all kind of things. But
So what? I mean, just what's the fucking mindset of these? Because this isn't the only guy that does that. There's like Joel Osteen. Who's that old motherfucker that has the TV show? Well, Joel Osteen's on TV, but it's like is it the 700 Club or whatever the hell it is?
Something. I think it's
the 420 Club, whatever the hell. Yeah, there's that old motherfucker's like, Jesus told me you gotta send in all your money.
Yeah.
And he doesn't talk like that.
there's Creflo Dollar and then Kenneth Copeland.
Creflo Dollar.
That's his name, Creflo Dollar.
That sounds like a fucking Star Wars name.
Yeah, that's a... When do we get
Therm
Creflo
Scissor
Dollar?
Punch.
When do we get Creflo Dollar, a Star Wars story?
Oh my god! But like,
okay, so let me answer your question.
Okay.
So this guy is considered to be a prosperity gospel preacher. And
right.
According to prosperity gospel preachers and believers, nice things like jets and cars and rent money are God's way of blessing people for a faithful life. And by their logic, sharing your wealth with the church will then in return make God bless you more.
right? But
So it's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same shit that Scientology does, where they get you indoctrinated into their church, and then they say, "Give us more money. You're not allowed to be part of the church unless you keep giving us money. Mm-hmm. You need to." And then they want to guilt trip you into doing it, and then the further in you are, the more money you're giving to this church.
Well, the more money you give, the more money you receive, is what they're trying to say. So if you give $1 million, God's going to give you $10 million back. That's what
that never
they're
happens,
trying.
though.
Well,
because you're not allowed to question the fact that, oh wow, it's been about 5 years since I gave my life savings to the church. Well, oh, it'll come in due time. It'll come in due time. Like, I just hate that type of thinking. Like, I mean, what do you like? You're Christian. Like, do you think that the more that you give to the church, like physically, not like you being a part and trying to go out and do good things for other people, like, do you think that like if you physically give...
I know people, personally, who have made a financial commitment to the church in a stewardly way that has then allowed their business, not necessarily allowed their business to grow, but they have become more successful than they may have been if they had not have done that. And I do believe that if they had not put their faith, that if they donated their 10% faithfully every Sunday, that God then gave them in return the money to continue to help other people. It's not necessarily saying that this guy is extremely rich and is using all this money to buy yachts and stuff for himself.
Well, yeah, that's the people at the these mega churches that are it's just a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, no, that I believe. Well, there's a church in our area that the guy goes out on stage and he talks about sowing your seed, and sowing your seed being your money. So you give your money to the church so that when you give this money, you will be blessed or whatever.
Right.
And it's just like when you're in this, because I went to one of these things one time, it just was so uncomfortable because it was just like. And then Jesus did. All right, who's got $5? Let me see $5. And he's literally holding up a $5 bill in his hand, shaking it, and he's not going to move on to his next topic until these guys, rushers, run around the room and collect this money.
Because they
it's
need
just
money.
Like, what the heck is going on right now? I'd never felt so uncomfortable in my whole life.
Yeah. Well, I think it's messed up when churches do that. Like you can pass around the donation thing, and then
it's supposed to be a private thing between you and God.
Right.
That's what the Bible says.
Yeah. Right. And then, I also don't like when people go around flaunting how much they've donated. Just not even just religiously, but just in general. Like, oh yeah, I donated this, and this. It's like I was raised on. I got this whole way of thinking from my grandmother. Who is Jewish, which is unrelated. We have our Hanukkah tablecloth today, but she told me from a young age. She said, if you're going to do something nice for someone, don't expect acknowledgement from it. You do it because you want to do something nice. You donate because you want to donate. Don't go around letting people know, hey, look, I donated $10,000 to this organization or something. It's just like, do it because you want to do it.
Yeah, you don't tell other people that you...
Yeah, and then these churches saying, oh, give us all this money and we'll give it back to the Lord because we're doing so many good things, and really they're just buying themselves private jets and giant houses and these mega churches and giant TVs and all this shit, and it's like, this is the opposite of your religion. This is the opposite of what you should be doing.
Well, this guy at that church I was telling you about, he bought a Harley Screamer, which is like an $80,000 motorcycle. Jesus Christ. And then he crashes it. And then he asks for money to pay for his hospital bills.
The irony. Well, I mean, with that same thinking of you give back to the church and then God gives you something, don't you think that might be God's way of saying he crashed the bike for him?
Exactly.
So, there's the fallacy in that.
And that's the shit that I just absolutely cannot stand, because that's the shit that I'm also a Christian as well. Mm-hmm. People like that, like this four-plane asshole and Osteen and those others, those are the ones that contribute so much to the negative connotation that Christianity has in our society. Now, I'm not one of those people who's like, Christianity's under attack, because it ain't. But there are. I don't openly tell people I'm a Christian, just because I know that a lot of times I just kind of get that look like that, because there is so much of that negative connotation now, because you have people who preach Christianity without even having the most... Well, they understand the core concepts of it, and they just see how they can use that to twist it for themselves for personal gain.
Yeah, they pick and choose the words of God or whatever you want to believe. It's just people like that who just absolutely drive me insane, because they make my religion look bad, because they purposely go out of their way to just bastardize it for themselves, and they don't follow the actual tenets of the religion.
These are probably the same people who are going and looking at a section of a Donald Trump quote and posting that and being like, Donald Trump's a good guy, and then you read 2 more paragraphs down.
Right. You get the context of it, and you're like,
It's like that car that's driving around here that's got that picture of like God like looking down on Donald Trump, and he's... You need to put that picture up too.
Oh wait, you guys
semi-related,
yeah,
but
you remember that,
every okay. You know what's that like Christian radio station that's here locally?
104.9 The River.
Is that what it is?
And then there's 880.
Yeah, well, then there's there's the AM station. Every single car that I've seen with those stickers they drive like a fucking asshole.
Oh.
Because they seem to think God's going to take the wheel and they don't need to...
Jesus, take the wheel!
Yeah.
That's right. This episode brought to you by people with Christian stickers on the back of their car that drive like they're ready to go to heaven.
Yes.
That's what it is. They're just trying to meet Jesus.
Hold on a second. Keep talking.
Oh, I thought you were about to go take a dump.
I thought he was about to, just take a shit in his chair.
It's like, oh god, I gotta go right now.
I gotta go right fucking... No, I took a shit before the show, so then I wouldn't have to go. Yeah, we should probably take a
dump
take
right
our second
now.
break now.
Already?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, no, it's been...
We've
been talking.
Shilling right there.
So yeah, that was our sponsor, and we're gonna take a quick break right after.
I'm not back, you asshole.
And we're back without Alex.
Here, I'll be Alex.
Okay. Oh, shit. Don't break the table. Jesus Christ. Hi.
LeBron goddamn James and them goddamn Celtics and the Cavaliers and the Americans and the American Garys. And the basketball puts in the net of the shoulder is in the camera and you're not catching any of my vibrations.
You sound like redneck Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby is not guilty. He is not a herdophile. He is the savior of the universe.
Alright, get back in your chair.
Jimmy, what the fuck are you doing in my chair? You've been watching too many videos of that goddamn LeBron James, ain't you?
No!
He wants his sorry ass back into the goddamn finals, just like I fucking predicted, because the NBA is a goddamn shit show.
Uh-huh.
Jimmy, why the fuck is LeBron James back in the goddamn finals?
It has something to do with his height and the length of his knee.
Our neighbors seriously have to hate us, because this has just been ongoing every Sunday morning.
Sunday.
They're just like, what the hell are they doing? They must really hate each other.
They must really hate that LeBron James character.
Wait, did you guys watch the game? Because I heard that some guy, JR or whatever,
J.R. Smith. Oh,
was
yes.
like acting like they were winning, but they actually weren't winning, and he didn't realize it,
he
so
didn't know the
stopped
score of the game.
Okay, let me give you a little bit of context here.
Yeah.
Okay.
J.R. Smith, pretty much ever since he got into the league, he's been known for just at times doing the most absolute stupid things possible. In one game,
Is that all JRs? Because I'm a JR.
No. In one game, a relatively close game, he's guarding this dude. He just disengages and turns around and starts talking to a dude on the bench of the other team. Just starts, like, giving him a high five while his man goes and scores.
Oh, that was a good goal, my man.
Yeah, basically. It's like that. Meanwhile, the guy he's supposed to be guarding just scores, and the whole team just turns around and looks at him, and he's just like,
I make $80 million a year.
there's nothing I could have done to prevent this, man.
I could buy 2 private jets.
That picture of LeBron's just been going around.
Oh,
that
God,
shit
yes.
is so funny. Him just...
The meme of him just like,
Jets, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, what was the whole... I watched the clip before. I'm not really basketball savvy, so what did he pass it to the wrong person, or what happened?
Okay, so they got a rebound. Like, he got an offensive rebound. They had the ball. It was a tie game.
Yeah.
So, like, he should have shot to try and win.
Yeah.
And he just didn't.
Yeah, because it looked like he passed it to somebody and then it just went flying. I couldn't really tell what the hell was going on there.
And then afterwards, when he was...
He should have just fucking passed to LeBron, who was standing right next to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, that would have been a
LeBron
guarantee,
can't
but-
store all the goals. That's unsportsmanlike. He needs to have some.
Hey, if they want to win this series, he has to score every single point.
Well, he'd already scored.
Did you
about
just
50
spill
something.
goddamn monster?
And-
I didn't spill. I dropped my can
But
from last week.
Anyway.
Did you leave that there? You gotta start throwing away your trash when you come
I
over to my
left-
house, goddammit.
I left one can.
You're gonna give us ants.
Yeah, this is how you get it.
There was a video.
Yeah, how do you do that? I've seen people do that.
Yeah, you just.
You like vibrate your...
Something like that.
Anyway, real quick.
Yeah.
So he's interviewed after the game, and they're like, "So JR, why didn't you take that shot?" And he's like, and they're like, "Did you know that you guys were tied, that you weren't winning? Because like your behavior suggests that you clearly thought that you were winning." And he's like, "Nah, man, I knew it was a tie game." And they're like, "Well, then why didn't you shoot?"
I needed to raise the
And then,
suspense for the rest
didn't
of the
LeBron just
team.
walk away in the middle of the interview?
I don't remember, but I remember they interviewed the Warriors afterwards, and they were talking to Steph Curry and Draymond Green, and they're just like, so, Curry, why do you think the JR didn't shoot that shot? And he's like, man, I don't know, like, I can't really get into the mind of that guy. And they're just like, I mean, I don't think he meant it like that.
Curry's on the other team now, isn't he?
He's always been on the other team.
Oh, he was?
But, well, I mean, they were just
Who was
asking,
the guy that was on the Cavaliers last year that is not on the Cavaliers anymore?
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah,
He's
Kyrie.
on the Celtics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't play either because he tore his ACL. I don't remember. It was a while ago. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't give enough of a fuck about the Celtics to remember.
Right.
But, he's like, I don't know. And they're just like, well, JR did say that he knew that the game was tied. And Draymond Green, who's basically the biggest fucking troll in the entire NBA, just kind of like fucking tilts his head like completely sideways. And it was the most restraint I've ever seen him show, because you know he wanted to say something, but he just fucking like bursts into laughter.
Oh, is it like kind of like when you do something weird and the cat's like...
Yeah, or like when you say something weird and Brent and I just like look at you.
Like for the I think I'm pretty sure I like looked over at this camera like at least 5 times today.
I'm
That's
just
the
messing
point.
with you, man.
That's why we have the cameras rolling, so that we can make awkward eye contact. Like I looked at the camera like for like straight 7 minutes earlier while you guys were talking about.
You looked. No, I saw you doing that. You just looked so bored.
Oh, that was not the look I was going for.
Oh, okay.
I was looking for.
You kind of have
the
resting
puzzle.
bitch face, so I can never really tell.
No, it's not
Oh,
resting
I
bitch
know I
face,
have
it's
RBF.
resting confused face.
like Teddy.
Teddy.
Shit, the fuck? No,
So anyway, moving on.
Oh, Funkos. We need to bash Funkos for at least 10
Oh
seconds.
yeah, we've never.
I
Yeah.
haven't bashed Funkos yet today. You're right.
Oh, I did need to ask you something. A follow-up question from 3 episodes ago.
Okay.
You went to your first Dungeons and Dragons meet, or you were supposed to.
I was supposed to. We still haven't actually.
Oh, you guys didn't do it? Oh.
No, we still haven't. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah, we were supposed to go
What
like
the
after the movie. You were supposed to leave
Yeah.
my house and go to that.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen?
It didn't happen that
All right.
night, and then it
We'll
was
give you
supposed
guys another update in 3 episodes if I remember.
Yeah.
In 3 episodes, I'll be like, "Oh shit, I completely forgot again."
Just do what Dan Harmon does. Just have our own Dungeons and Dragons game on the
Do you know how
podcast.
much money you need to fucking be a DM?
Well, I'll just.
The dude who is our DM
The Dominatrix.
told me it's like $120 just to start.
Well, we just make up our own shit.
That's how much
That's
that costs.
That's what. Isn't that what you do in D&D? Just make your own shit up.
I don't know.
Yeah. Why do you need a starter kit? Just like look up some like rules
Look,
online and just be like,
I'll
okay,
bring
we'll
my
loosely
cape,
follow this.
I'll be naked. It will be a good time. I could be dungeon.
Yeah, let's just make. Yeah, we'll make our own tabletop RPG.
Board game.
Fuck 'em.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
Moving on.
Bryn,
Yes.
I believe you had something you were very passionate about.
I mean, there's a lot of things I'm passionate about. Like,
Somebody bought a new game on Switch this week.
Yeah.
I did buy a new game on Switch. I don't know
Thank
how
you,
I feel about it though.
Well, explain it because I've never
Okay,
heard of this
well,
fucking game.
it was. I was looking for some like indie game just to have on the Switch to just play, and it wasn't $60. And so it was like the top selling thing. And a bunch of people on the subreddit were talking about it. It's called Wizard of Legend, and it's fucking weird.
How is it?
So it's. Have you ever played like a roguelike dungeon
yeah.
crawler?
I love. Well, not love, but
Sometimes you guys say things and I'm just like, what?
Okay, so I'll explain. Well, I had to have this explained because I was playing the game for a while and I had no idea what the hell was going on. So basically, you start in the tutorial and you get all your like basic magic powers. It's all like magic based, and then you have like this dash thing where you just go, so because it's really fast paced.
The dash?
Yeah,
combat.
this is Dash,
And it's like top down, like old school graphics, but there's like a hub world where you can buy power ups and shit, but then you go into it's like the Wizard Trials or something, and there's like 2 levels and then a big boss, and then 2 levels, then a big boss, 2 levels, a big boss, and then a final boss.
huh?
So the point of the game is you have to go through the entire trials without dying, and I haven't been able to get past level 2 without dying. It's fucking hard. And then when you die, you lose all the gold you got from that, but you still keep like these crystal things, and then in the hub world you can buy all this other shit to power up. So then as you're going, you're supposed to get better and better. But it's goddamn hard. It is so fucking hard. Because you have to start over every time you die.
That works.
Yeah, it's really fun though. The combat's really fast paced, and I would recommend it if people like those kind of like really hard ass games that punish the hell out of you if you're not good. But yeah, I'll try and play a little more of it, see how far I can get. But it just seems really frustrating. Like if I get to like the 4th or 5th level and die, just like, God damn it, I gotta start over again.
That's how Rogue Legacy was for me for a while.
Yeah, is that kind of the similar thing where if you die, you go?
It's a like Castlevania type knockoff.
Oh, okay.
But it's same thing. Like everything's randomly generated.
Yeah, that's how the dungeons are in this.
Actually, I should say technically it's procedurally because
What you look up?
Something I saw on Reddit earlier this week. That's a new video game that's coming out.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Bless Online, and it's basically this game where you have to train your dragon. And there's this scene from the trailer that is a direct ripoff of the scene from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh,
And
That's
it
that's funny.
Toothless.
Yeah, I'll.
here you go. It literally is exactly the same.
Oh, that's hilarious. Do you know who's doing that game?
No, I
Or
don't.
Is it going to be like Xbox or is it
I think it's a
PlayStation,
PC game.
PC only? Okay, but I don't give a shit.
Speaking of How to Train Your Dragon, they just released a couple of new like posters and stuff for the sequel that's coming out.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
didn't mind it. It wasn't that bad.
I saw the
I saw
tail
some
end
of
of the
it on
second
TV.
one because you were watching it, and I.
Wait, the second one's
The
already
second one's not as good. The first one was pretty good.
Then what is the new one? Is it
Drag
3 that's
3, I
coming
think.
out? Oh, 3, okay. All I knew was it was a How to Train Your Dragon sequel. I didn't know there'd already been a second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
you
it.
saw it? Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of games and announcements that happened this week, Bethesda came out with a trailer for a new game.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah, Half-Life 3. Fallout 76. And then
He's not too thrilled about it, but I'm
I'm not.
You like
I'm-
Fallout, though.
I love Fallout.
Like, I know that you, like, shilled about it whenever Fallout 4 came out.
I shilled about it.
I don't know
I'm just
what...
gonna keep using that word.
I'm just going to
now.
keep making up words that I don't understand and using them
you
in
can't
the wrong
make up
words.
that word. It already
No,
exists.
it's a real word.
Well,
But-
I'm going to make up definitions for the word.
Okay.
Anyway, no, I was at first. I was really pissed off, especially just because with the rumors of it being a multiplayer game and the crafting and everything, or not crafting, the building and everything. It seems like it's Bethesda's attempt to try and go towards that games as a service market that Destiny has and Anthem will be
always online. You have to
and that irritates the fuck out of me.
But then I had a little chat with you, and I'm sure you've read a little more. We were
yes.
talking the other day because you came downstairs all like huffing and puffing. I was like, settle down there, bud. Yeah, I know.
And I was just thinking, you know what?
Yes.
When it is announced that it is a games as a service, I just won't buy it. A lot of people won't buy it.
Yeah.
And Bethesda will realize that they fucked up. Assuming that that's actually the path that
I
they go
I
down.
want to trust Bethesda to not go down that route, but at the same time, you know,
It's the
higher
modern
up
game
corporate
industry.
could be itching for some more money. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just reserving my
What is a
judgment
games
because
as a service game, real quick?
pretty much everything that you play now, where you buy the base game, and then there's all sorts of microtransactions.
So Grand Theft Auto Online?
Yeah.
That was one of the earlier fully fledged games as a service.
Yeah,
concepts.
pretty much where you have the base game, and in order to progress and enjoy the game even further, you have to put more money into it because you
Or
need to
spend
unlock all the things.
obscene amount of
money.
hours grinding.
Obscene
Yeah.
amount of hours. I've done that.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
you have, but
Yeah, like with the
Hey
whole
guys, come help me with my missions.
yeah, with
No,
the whole
Justin, we're tired
Battlefront
of fucking playing
2
the same
thing
mission
where you
8
had
times.
to get loot boxes to unlock in-game progression items, which they fixed or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they did with that. I don't know in the game, but
Oh, didn't you tell me something about the new Battlefield game is getting rid of loot boxes?
supposedly.
Battlefield 5 is supposed to be... Well, I think there are, like, unlockable cosmetics or something. Or, no, yeah, you're getting... I think they're going to have, like, a virtual currency or something. That's how they're going to make their money. But all the maps are free. All the updates are free. There's no, like, loot box. There's no like battle packs and shit like that. They're trying to, but how they're going to get your money is there's going to be a fake currency.
You think they're going to decrease the frequency of stuff coming out if they're going to say that it's all free?
Oh, it definitely will, because there's not as much incentive. But that's also...
Or is it going to kind of be like Fortnite, where they have a different skin every day of the week? And it's
I think the best thing for them to do is keep releasing content as quickly as possible, even if it's just smaller shit and not like a whole huge DLC pack, because that keeps people coming back. Like
that's part of the reason why I kept playing Fortnite, is I just wanted to get on every day and see what the new thing they added was.
That's how they get you.
That is how they
get you. Personally, I prefer a game that, you know, is good enough to make me keep wanting to play, but
Overwatch.
Yeah, but
doesn't Overwatch?
Well, even Overwatch has loot boxes and has like
boxes,
you know seasonal.
Yeah, but
events and shit.
That's a nice way of doing it, but. That, because everything's free in that's why their new maps and everything are so infrequent, because there's not as much financial, like, upfront.
Yeah.
They're not making money off of it, whereas, like, you know, before, you know, COD's coming out, it's like, hey, you got the new map pack, pre-order the new map pack, you got your 4 new maps, we haven't even shown you what they look like, but fucking pre-order them, bud.
Yeah.
And,
did you pre-order map packs for Call of Duty back in the day?
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing ever.
Why
would you pre-order something like that isn't in like limited supply? It's all digital.
Because it started downloading 2 or 3 hours before everybody
else.
Oh
boy.
I got lucky enough that none of my friends that I really liked playing with ever got the map packs till later, so like I never had to worry about that.
Well, when I had a job in high school, that was literally all I lived for. I was like, oh man, I can have another map in COD. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Drives that behavior.
So yeah, we'll probably see a lot more of that stuff coming at E3. Yeah, the press conferences start this coming Saturday.
When's Sony? Do you guys know when
Sony, I think, is Monday night. It's the very... Nintendo's the very last one, but they do like an online digital direct. They don't do their stage show anymore because of the great fuck-up of 2013, I think.
Is that when the guy died on stage?
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
The owner or director of Nintendo died on stage?
No, Satoru Iwata? He didn't die on stage.
He died, didn't he?
No, he died peacefully in his bed.
He died
battling cancer.
On stage.
Oh my god. Where the hell did you hear that?
Can you imagine how traumatic that would be for all the children in attendance?
Oh no.
Here's Mr. Iwata demonstrating the newest...
He died...
I thought he saw the sales for the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, did he die last... No, he died almost 2 years ago, right?
So.
Yeah, because it was a couple months before the Switch came out. So he never actually got to see it released, but he was heavily involved in creating it, but very sad.
Did you guys see the supposed leak for the...
No, he didn't die on stage.
For the Sony press conference?
No, what?
Oh, the PlayStation V?
What?
The PlayStation V?
No, that is at least supposedly a couple of years away, thanks
Yeah.
God.
At least
I'd be pissed
3
I just
years.
bought the Pro.
Yeah, right.
Now, this is
months
something
ago.
that's been going around. There's no way in hell that it's real because, first of all, it's printed out on a piece of paper, and there's no way that they're going to print something out on a piece
why
of
would they
paper
use
and
Futura? That's such a bland font.
What was it?
The thing that people are always getting hyped about, they think there's going to be a Days Gone trailer, which I'm sure there will be. That's the stupid redneck
that they've been teasing for like
motorcycle.
5 years at this point.
And it looks awful.
Yeah.
Like, I could not give less of a shit about that
I
game.
don't care.
The Last of Us Part 2, which, of course that's going to be there.
Yeah, of course they are.
Supposedly Devil May Cry 5, that's not fucking happening.
What's that?
Devil May Cry is an action-adventure game. It's all about, like, getting high combos and stuff. That was a big part of my childhood. You
It's
play
like a
as this
hack
guy
and
named
slash
Dante.
game.
Yeah. You kill a bunch of
slash.
demons. It's real fucking stylish. It's real fucking cool. And then they made a reboot where you're a little emo bitch baby, and people didn't like it. And then they're like, "Alright, we'll go back to the regular Dante."
Okay, so anyway.
Shenmue 3, supposedly.
Really?
I mean, it is coming out eventually.
Was that was the Kickstarter one, right?
That was the fake Kickstarter game where Sony hid their Sony did it, but they also pulled out a Kickstarter, and it was just real scummy.
Yeah.
It's one of the things Sony did that I'm not proud of.
Yeah.
Happy about. Death Stranding, supposedly, which I'm sure that will
Shit,
be
that's
there.
probably still 8 years away.
The thing on this includes Hideo Kojima plays Death Stranding.
Plays? It's a game? There's gameplay? No.
Supposedly a Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh, nice.
Vanquish
like a remake or just a remaster?
I would imagine remake, because it specifies remake, not remaster.
Shit, I would love that.
Spyro Reignited trailer. That makes sense.
Yeah, we already know that's coming out.
Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
At the Sony one? Because Square Enix has their own press conference.
Yeah, but I could also see Sony, like, paying it.
Justin's, like, rubbing the bottom of his glass as if it's a nipple.
Oh, it's got texture.
Supposedly, don't spill your apple juice, bud.
That's right.
No, the little letters.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So anyway.
Beyond Good and Evil 2, supposedly.
Oh, God, I don't give a shit. I was hyped. That first trailer got me hyped as shit. And then once they, like... Oh, God damn it.
Oh, you should have charged your fucking camera!
I should have swapped the battery out.
Hold on.
Shut up.
Just let me finish.
Sorry.
Supposedly Spider-Man trailer, I'm sure that'll be there. Supposedly Final Fantasy VII, I don't think that will be there. But the big thing that proves beyond a doubt that this is a fake piece of shit is that supposedly the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake trailer will be there. They're not remaking Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
No. Well, what I'm excited for is to see from Square Enix is whether or not they say anything about the 7 remake of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I have not heard shit.
There hasn't been shit for 3 or 4 years. I think it was it 2013 or 14 that...
I think it was 2014. Because I think it was that same
Because it's been at least 4 years since they've announced it.
Sony had that big-ass press conference is when they first announced the real God of War... no, that was 2015, never mind. Yeah. With the God of War remake, and I jizzed everywhere.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
But,
salty.
Speaking of things that...
I thought you were about to say, speaking of jizz.
Speaking of jizz... I know you were more hyped for that 7 remake than I was. But something I was very hyped for, and had not heard shit about for a couple of months... Under the Silver Lake, which was probably the movie I was looking forward to the most this entire year. Mm-hmm. The Andrew Garfield kind of neo-noir.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Spider-Man?
Yeah, I mean, yes, he was the former Spider-Man.
He probably doesn't know what the movie is.
No, I don't.
No.
You showed the actor. I knew the actor.
Okay.
He meets this girl, she goes missing, and he tries to find her.
It's
and
basically
he uncovers...
Brick.
It's Brick, but with a much more comedic tone.
Right.
But Brick is one of my favorite films, so I was really fucking excited for this movie.
Yeah.
It had premiered at Cannes, so...
Hey, you said it right.
I did? Okay. I was
so what about it?
Yell at me. It premiered at Cannes. It got really bad reception, so they're forcing Robert David Mitchell, the director, and the guy who directed It Follows, which is one of the best modern horror films. They forced him to pull it and recut it, and now it's not coming out till December.
No.
And it was a 139-minute movie, so, it's a solid, 2 hours, and I guarantee you it's going to get cut down to, an hour 40, and it's going to make no fucking sense. It is A24, so I trust A24, but I just...
Yeah.
It's never a good sign when something's getting pulled and recut.
Yeah, or it could be a good sign. It just depends. Because he could have, been up his own ass, and the director's cut really wasn't that good.
That's true.
Up my own ass.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm just disappointed because that was the movie I was the most excited for this year.
Yeah.
Now it's not happening.
Did you guys hear they're making a Rubber 2?
Really? I did not hear that.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. No, because I loved Rubber. I liked Wrong Cops even more, though. It was it was a movie made by the same guy, I believe, Quentin Dupieux, whatever. Mm-hmm. It had a similar weird-ass soundtrack, too, and it had,
oh my
Tim
god, the
Heidecker
soundtrack of Solo was irritating. I forgot to say that.
Really?
Irritating? I thought it was
bad.
just... It was inoffensive. It wasn't great.
I don't know,
it wasn't...
They're going to do the same thing with Jurassic Park one day, and it's just going to be like, oh my gosh.
The Kessel Run was kind of disappointing.
It was. It definitely was.
12.4 parsecs.
It was just a big-ass cloud. And...
Well, I did get a little insulted by, when they first go into the actual storm of the Kessel, whatever the hell it was, and they started playing the asteroid music from Empire Strikes Back, and I was like, oh, I love this. That's like my favorite... That's like my favorite piece from Star Wars. And I was like, cool. And then I realized, they just put that in there to evoke nostalgia and distract from the fact that this scene in the movie is like one of the worst parts of the movie.
A lot of the sound in that just took a whole bunch of like leitmotifs from other things and just kind of shoved them into there. Yeah. And a lot of that music didn't really stand on its own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go buy that soundtrack where I would buy the original Star Wars soundtrack.
Well, I mean, that's because one is made by John Williams. And
John Williams is amazing.
That's
definitely my favorite movie score director.
You okay there, Bryn?
Poser. No. Bryn is so famous on Reddit that he got somebody to comment on something that he posted.
That's true. No, it was a comment reply.
But
that you also posted a comment, so therefore he did reply to something you posted.
Oh yeah, I mean people have posted comments on things I've like actually posted before too.
Yeah, me too.
Didn't Review Bra talk to you?
Yeah, Review Bra acknowledged my existence. That was fun. I love him.
Is that the guy who dresses up in a suit and reviews cheeseburgers?
Yeah. Yes.
That's a perfect description.
Yes, he's humble as hell.
He is humble.
I'm so humble. You guys never saw Popstar?
No, I wanted to though because like it looked really bad, and then I heard it was good. So
I have it.
Like, I'll see.
You guys can come watch it. It's not great, but it is pretty funny.
And also movie news. Maleficent 2 is being made because apparently Maleficent 1 made $760 million.
Who the hell went and saw that? How the hell did $700 million worth of people go and see that movie? I don't know anyone that saw that.
I mean, Jessica made me watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, but that doesn't count towards the $760 million.
Like, I remember the trailers, and then I don't remember it actually coming out.
I mean, it includes, a lot of it came from international instead of domestic, but still.
I guess I don't have kids, so it's...
Well, it wasn't really aimed towards kids, though.
You don't have kids?
As far as I know.
Because, it was supposed to... It's another one of those, the gritty reboots, just like the Jungle Book gritty reboot that's coming out. The newest Jungle Book gritty reboot. As not to be confused with the other Jungle Book gritty reboot, or the other Jungle Book gritty reboot. Let's just
the Jungle Book
gritty reboot. Let's just gritty reboot everything.
So I want the Star Wars solo story. I think we need that.
Yeah,
it's time.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap it up for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much got to everything.
Did we look at all of our topics?
We're good.
Topics.
Yeah, well, we did, but we'll do some. I don't know, maybe next week or something.
We'll do some damage control next week.
So thank you for watching our program or listening to our program on where you find programs and podcasts and such.
Oh yeah, by the way, you can now listen to us on iTunes.
We might be on Spotify as of this recording. I'm not sure. I gotta go check.
Take a look. I can do it real
and
quick.
PepsiCo, if you're listening, please send me a free can of Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Yeah, please pay us.
He's got 4 packages over there. 4 12-packs. We need at least
Give this dude some money, PepsiCo.
Yeah, PepsiCo.
Come on, sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor.
I'm drinking water out of a Campbell's mug.
Also, shout out to Bork, your first comment on our video.
Yeah, what's up, Bork?
Yeah. Send us your information.
I don't know who the hell you are,
if you know one of us in real life, please let us know because we're all like...
We don't know who Bork is.
We're all
if you just, if you just stumbled upon us,
even better.
Fucking yes.
But please, in some way, let us know who you are because we're all curious, but none of us want to just go around asking everyone. Wait, was that? Go back.
I don't think
I saw it. Go back. Oh, never mind.
No, I don't think it is. I would have gotten an email.
We all want to know who the hell you are, Bork. So thank you.
Thanks for watching, Bork. Hopefully you watch this one too.
Make sure you tell your friends how much you like this.
Yeah.
Have a fantastic week. If you've gotten it this far, please share this and comment, subscribe, and all that bullshit.
Comment, subscribe, send us your tablecloths.
We want more people watching this and listening.
Bork, if you're just little Ben in a little
Bork suit.
Yeah, in a little Bork suit. It's okay, you can tell us.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for joining us. Watch out for your mom.